Sol Ring is $3. $3 may not seem like a whole lot to most people, and it's really not a whole lot of dollars, but if you're trying to build a commander deck and the whole budget of the deck is $15 or $20, $3 ends up being a massive amount of the budget. So that is why, among other reasons, that I decided to start proxying some of my decks. Now, if you don't know what proxying is, the idea is Magic cards tend to be kind of expensive. In fact, they can be very expensive. And so some players don't want to actually shuffle their Magic cards. They want to keep them protected. In fact, they want to keep them so protected they don't even want to put them in a deck. They just want to be able to play with them by proving they have them and yet never have them in the deck. They just have them off to the side. So I've watched enough YouTube videos to learn about a proxy system that other players use, and it sounded like a good idea to me, especially since I was trying to build these super budget decks. So I created this proxy system with the idea that I would be able to get more expensive cards, but then also proxy in those expensive cards so that I wouldn't have to worry about trying to shuffle them, but then also so that I could have them in my decks. One of my first commander decks was Sek'Kaur Deathkeeper, and Sek'Kaur produces Graveborn tokens. 3/1 with haste, red and black Graveborn tokens. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to look for 3/1 black and red Graveborn tokens, but they just don't make them. You cannot find them as far as I can tell. So I decided to make my own. Now, make my own as in I'm not going to buy the super fancy cardstock. I'm just going to buy the cardstock from the stationery store and just print them on my own printer at the house. They're not as good a quality as a normal card, obviously. They're just cardstock, but, you know, they do what needs to be done. Thinking about Graveborns, the idea of a Graveborn, something born out of the grave, I was thinking, man, that kind of sounds like Frankenstein. You know, he was born out of the grave. So I Google searched images of Frankenstein and I discovered all of this great artwork by the artists of Batman. Now, I don't want to get sued by the creators of Batman. This is only for my own personal use. I have not sold them. I never will sell them. I just printed them out because I like the art. And I couldn't even decide on if I liked one piece of art over another, and I thought, what does it matter? So I went ahead and printed out a bunch of them. I used a photo editor and created my own cards. And so these were the Graveborn tokens that I used in my Sek'Kaur Deathkeeper deck. Another note about tokens, I recently decided to take on the challenge of building a mono white deck. I've always been at my heart a white player more than anything else. And I just really wanted the challenge of trying to create a mono white deck. I settled on Oyobi, who split the heavens, and the interesting thing about that card is, of course, it's a spirit tribal deck, and so I've got a lot of spirits in there, and spirits tend to be 1/1 flyers, but Oyobi makes 3/3 white spirit creature tokens with flying, and I couldn't even find 3/3 white spirit tokens, so I decided to make my own. And I found some on the internet that I think perhaps were custom-made fan arts, but they clearly were made with the intention that they were going to go in a Oyobi deck because they look just like Oyobi or really similar, and I was really happy with how they turned out. And moving back to why I use proxies in my decks, my nephew for my birthday one year got me Skithiryx, the Blight Dragon. For those of you unfamiliar, it is a flying creature with Infect. It's a 4/4 that costs 3 black. You can spend 1 black and give it haste. You can spend 2 black and regenerate it. But the most important part about Skithiryx, in my opinion, is that it costs currently about $30. And I was kind of floored that my nephew, who is 14 at the time, bought me a $30 Magic card, the most expensive card in my entire collection. So I didn't want to shuffle it. It was a $30 card. So the first thing I did was sleeve it up, and then I proxied it. Now, recently, and if you've seen my past videos, you've seen that I actually just took Sharpie and wrote on common cards the names of the cards, and then I would just be able to shuffle them because I don't sleeve some of my decks. I don't sleeve them because the whole deck costs $3, $4. What's the point of sleeving it? It's more expensive to sleeve it than the whole deck costs, because a pack of sleeves costs, what, $6 for 100? And if the deck costs $4, then that's just a waste of sleeves in my opinion. So I don't sleeve all my decks, so the ones that obviously I can't use pure proxy cards, then I just write on a common card. Now I write on common cards because I don't have as much land as I do common cards. I bought one of those bulk packs from Amazon or something, eBay, and I have just way too many just basic commons just lying around. So anyway, I wrote with Sharpie on the common cards, and then I proxied them into my deck, and I felt like it was kind of ugly the way they played, so of course I would just pull out the actual copy of the card when I was playing with my friends, or now when I'm playing on YouTube, I've gotten to where I just edit it out. If I pull a Sol Ring, I'll just run over there to my proxy sleeve, pull out the Sol Ring, and then I will play with the Sol Ring. In the last video, I actually pretended that I drew Elesh Norn off my deck, but I actually drew the proxy card off my deck, and then I turned around, ran over, grabbed Elesh Norn, unsleeved it, stuck it in on the top of the deck, and then filmed me drawing the unsleeved Elesh Norn, which is pretty silly. So moving forward, I will continue to use these proxies, but I decided I wanted to make them a little more fancy. So as you'll see in my future videos, I have created some fancier, more interesting proxies, and there is so much custom art available on the internet. It is really easy. So I just wanted to show you a quick clip of how I found some custom art online, printed it out, and it's pretty easy to size it. If you fit 9 cards per page, it'll fit, and it's the exact same size as a magic card. So I put 9 on a page, I print out the whole page, and then I cut it out with scissors, and then I can sleeve them up, and they just feel almost the exact same as a magic card. Now you can kind of tell if you're really specific about it, but if you're just shuffling it, you can't tell, and if you're just about to top deck it, you can't really tell. So what does it matter? And then I'll just move to putting the real card onto the battlefield when I'm filming my YouTube videos or when I'm playing against my friends. So that is my little take on proxy cards. I hope you understand why I use some proxy cards, because I don't want to have my expensive cards damaged. I should mention, it's really important to note, I have 5 kids. The youngest one is 2. One of my decks was actually completely ruined because my 2-year-old thought it would be really funny to spread them all over the floor, and there was some water on the floor. Now, it wasn't an expensive deck. It was a really cheap deck, but I lost about 2/3 of that deck to water damage, and I just had to throw them away. They were all glued together. That's why I don't currently have an Izzet deck, because it was my only Izzet deck and it got destroyed. It was a Saheeli Rai deck, one of the precons. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I thank you so much for watching my past videos, and the next step for me will be starting Commander Tilt 2. The next round is going to be 8 decks, and like I said, I'm super excited to be playing these decks because some of them are brand new to me. So I hope you enjoyed the videos. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.